I just returned from taking my dog to the vet and opened up my news feed, and I saw something rather crazy has been posted. But we kind of have to back up just a little bit for this to make a lot of sense. If we go back to January 24th, 91 Mobiles posted this article in conjunction with OnLeaks showing off what was apparently the Pixel 9 Pro. The design is fairly radically different from what we have seen in the past. The camera visor is now cut off. It almost looks kind of similar to the Pixel Fold, which is ironic because the Pixel Fold 2 design is changing and it doesn't really look like this anymore. But this was supposed to be the Pixel 9 Pro. Now, what was really strange is that shortly after this, also in conjunction with OnLeaks, 91 Mobiles posted this. Now, they've edited this title. They've changed it, as you can see here, update on the 27th of March. When this was initially posted, this was posted as being the Pixel 9 Standard. Now, you can immediately look at this and think, they look identical, and that's because they do. These two devices were supposed to be Pixel 9 Pro and then Pixel 9 Non-Pro were only really truly separated by a difference in the size of the screen. They both had all three cameras. They both had the telephoto on board. They looked almost identical, and this was kind of confusing. A lot of people said, that's weird that the 9 and the 9 Pro, it's just screen size. Like there's no real hardware difference between the two. But today, we throw a monkey wrench into all of that because they've now posted, again, with OnLeaks cooperation, what is really the Pixel 9. And that's not to say that this was wrong or this was wrong, just that the names were wrong. Guys, apparently what is happening with the Pixel 9 is we are getting three models. Google is going to begin following the track, the path, the method Samsung and Apple have been using for a while of launching three flagships. You have a base, a mid, and then a top tier. So what you have here is the baseline Pixel 9. Then you have the Pixel 9 Pro, and then you have the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Now we're going to go back quickly to this Pixel 9 base model and kind of talk about what we see here, but then there is a lot more to talk about beyond that. We need to make these images a wee bit bigger though. So this is the Pixel 9, and if we zoom in, that's the big difference. The camera module is different because it is lacking that periscope telephoto zoom. But otherwise, to my eye, it does look fairly similar. If we flip over to the same view of the Pro XL, you can see exactly what the differences are. Not only is the telephoto lens missing, I guess I should also point out that the temperature sensor is also missing, but the level of curvature looks to be about the same. The flat side rails, which some people think look very similar to an iPhone, fair enough, they totally do. Those look very much the same. The size of the bezels, slightly bigger on the Pixel 9 versus on the XL model, as you can see there. Let's zoom in a bit further. Not a huge difference, but definitely slightly larger. You can get a better look at those iPhone-ish side rails there from this angle. I think that this device looks quite nice though. So let's talk about the other big difference, and that's going to be the sizes of the device. For the regular Pixel 9, we have a 6.03-inch display. The Pixel 9 Pro, they say, is a 6.1-inch display, and then the Pixel 9 Pro XL is a 6.5-inch display. Now this is interesting because that actually makes it smaller than the Pixel 8 Pro. And that's actually a fairly significant difference in terms of the size. Basically putting it between the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro. The original Pixel 8 was 6.2 inches, the Pro is 6.8 inches, so this is 6.5. So 6.03, 6.1, and then 6.5. So the Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro are probably going to be very, very similar in terms of overall size, just that you're going to be lacking that telephoto lens. Now, these articles, of course, I'm going to put all three links in the description down below. They're also stating, of course, the Tensor G4 will be what's powering these devices. We can also expect to see the new version of Qi charging, which is going to bump things up to a little bit faster charging rate, but also basically add MagSafe, add that magnetic component where things are going to attach to the back, which is awesome. I definitely love seeing that type of thing on board. We need to talk about another subject though here, right? We've shown some leaks on this channel about the Pixel 8a. You may be wondering, if there are 3 versions of the Pixel, are there going to be 4? Is there still going to be a mid-step A series? And I think that is highly questionable at this point, because what purpose would that A series phone even be serving at this point? We've noted that the A series phones have been getting more and more premium and more expensive. How about this as a hypothesis? The A series is slowly approaching with and merging with the mainline phones, and now what we are looking at as the Pixel 9 is really, that's the Pixel 9, is really just the Pixel 9's version of the A series, and they're just going to launch all 3 of them at once, and maybe filling in this hypothesis, because if you're going to do that, you can't launch the Pixel Fold and have 4 phones all launching all at once, all 3 Pixels plus the Fold all at once. Maybe that leaves room for the Pixel Fold to kind of clear out its territory. So the Pixel Fold comes out on its own, and then the 3 Pixel 9s come out, and that baseline is basically just the A series phones. We're going to get the 8A here in a couple of months, and then after that, the Pixel 9 steps in. It's a much shorter break, and then the A series, maybe it's just gone after this. Who knows? Maybe down the line there's going to be a Pixel Flip, and they basically do what Samsung does, where they launch 3 phones, and then the Fold and the Flip, and then 3 phones, and then the Fold and the Flip. This is very much me just speculating, but it's harder for me to imagine a world where the A series can manage to warrant even existing if this is what they're going to be doing. Of course, it goes without saying that there were other reports, other rumors that the Pixel Fold 2 would in fact be launching in the fall alongside the Pixel 9, because it is apparently meant to be running the Tensor G4, skipping the G3 and sort of avoiding the pitfall that folds typically fall into, where they launch as a mid-step. You have a flagship with the newest processor. 6 months later, you get a Fold with that same processor. Maybe 6 months after that, you get a new flagship making the Fold's processor the old processor. So maybe that's what's going to happen. But if that's going to happen, 4 phones all at once, and with the A series by itself on an island, that seems totally untenable as well. It is my opinion right now that we absolutely have no idea what is going on. If this is accurate, and I believe that it is, this is what the Pixel 9 is going to look like, and OnLeaks is very reputable. There are 3 Pixel 9s coming, and we know that the Pixel Fold 2 is also coming. We've seen photos of the thing, for gosh darn sake, so we know that it's coming. When is it coming? What's going to happen to the A series? All we can do right now is sort of come up with guesses until somebody with some insider knowledge comes along and spills the bean. I'd love to hear what you guys think. How would you move these puzzle pieces around and fit them all into a year in a way that makes sense? Does the A series go away? Maybe you could find a way to fit it in. Maybe it becomes cheaper. Maybe this thing steps in and the A series returns to being the cheaper version of the phone. There's so many ways to potentially solve this, and it should be a lot of fun kind of talking about it in those comments down below, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.